What's going on, guys? I'm Zach from the Lumios Post, where we talk about all things Pokemon, and today we will be talking about the 9th generation of Pokemon, specifically the 9th generation of the Pokemon anime, and what's going to be going on. So, obviously, there's been a lot of questions surrounding the Gen 9 anime, with Ash currently in the World Championship Series and his goal to be the best in the World Championship Series. There's a lot of questions of what can they do next, because if he beats Leon, he becomes the number 1 trainer in the world. If he loses to Leon, he's still the number 2 trainer in the world. So, that's pretty hard to top, right? So there's a lot of questions surrounding it. Will Ash be back? Will Go be back? Because there's reason to believe even Go could stick around. All these things, and we're going to get into it, beginning with, will Ash be sticking around? Now, I want to preface this by saying, because we've kind of talked about this in the past, and some of y'all got some strong opinions on this. Some of y'all are like, if Ash leaves, I'm done with the series. And some of y'all are like, if Ash stays, I'm done with the series. So I just want to preface this by saying, I am not saying whether I want Ash to stay or not. I am saying what I think about Ash staying or not. And I think he's staying. And the reason I say I think he's staying is because how many times have we done this whole Ash is leaving thing? I mean, come on now. He hasn't gone all the other times we thought he was leaving. Why are we thinking he will now? So, I'm just kind of believing that Ash is sticking around until proven otherwise. So, that's where I'm at in all of this. But yeah, so I think Ash is staying. Now, the question is if Go is staying, because some people think that Journeys, given that it's not really Galar-centric, like past gens have been Alola-centric, Kalos-centric, etc., this one hasn't been Galar-centric. It's been about the Pokemon world. They've gone to all the different regions during their time here. So Journeys could very well continue over into the next gen. They just now include Paldea into it, and they're going to all the regions, including Paldea. Well, I don't think that Journeys is going to continue. I kind of think because of the whole Go and Project Mew stuff, they're going to use that as kind of a cue to get Go to leave. And the reason I'm leaning this way is because Go's mascots have been the Galar starters, and I just don't think they'd carry that over. His ace is his Cinderace, and his Inteleon's also very strong, and his Grookey is like his little Pikachu that's always on his shoulder. So I just don't see them having Go continue on into the next season, which means that I don't think they'll have Journeys continue on to the next season. I think they are going to do something brand new. Personally, I'm hoping it's Paldea-centric, because Galar was completely slighted because we didn't go there. We instead went there and several other places. A lot of Pokemon didn't debut that I would have really liked to have debuted. I mean, seriously, where the heck is Flapple? Come on. And also, of course, a lot of really cool characters didn't get to shine, like Bead, and some of them, while they got to appear, didn't really get to live out their potential like they did in the games, like Marnie. So, all this combined just makes me want for it to be a Paldea-centric region, series, and I think that they will do that, just because if they're going to keep hopping around the Pokemon world, then Journeys would be continuing, in my opinion. But I don't think it is. So, I do think that we're going to get a Paldea-centric series. So, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the series, and Ash will be returning as the main protagonist. I could very well see, because now the question, of course, is, well, how do they top the Leon thing? I could very well see them going, okay, well, Ash is a champion. Not only is he a champion, he's a really powerful trainer. So let's change this whole thing in Paldea with the champion rank. For those who maybe didn't catch this, in Paldea, you don't become the champion when you beat the champion. You become champion rank, and there are a bunch of trainers in Paldea that are champion rank, which I think makes a lot of sense. And I could see Ash going to Paldea, and all of these trainers there, so all the gym leaders and stuff, are champion rank gyms. So it's a thing of he's doing the gym challenge again, but these gym leaders are much stronger because they're champion rank gyms. They are as strong as he is, just going right in. They've all beaten the Paldea League and are champion rank in Paldea. No different than how Ash is a champion from Alola. That's personally my opinion. I think that's a great way to carry on the series with Ash without, having to completely reset the character. Like, this would be worse than BW style, honestly, of a reset, or without going with someone else that is not Ash. So now the question is, what will this series look like? Well, once again, I could see Ash traveling around this region and doing the gym challenge. I don't necessarily think that he'll be enrolled in the school, because we already had that in Sun and Moon, and to be honest, I just really can't picture Ash in those school uniforms. But perhaps there will be a co-protagonist who is enrolled in the school and is doing the Path of Legends story from Scarlet and Violet, which of course is where they're fighting the Titans and trying to get the Herba Mystica. Maybe it's Arven, or honestly, maybe they even have Nimona in, and that's what she's doing, and it's Ash, Nimona, and Arven traveling around. Arven, Nimona working on the Titan stuff, Ash doing the gym challenge. I think that would be really cool. I think I can just see Arven as a Brock-type character, and I can see Nimona as a female protagonist. I just think she fits really well. I don't think they're going to do the main protagonist of Scarlet and Violet as the protagonist in the series, just because, oh my goodness, they are so bland. I don't think that's happening. But again, my dream here would be for Ash with Nimona and Arven traveling the region. Ash's goal, gyms. Arven, Nimona's Path of Legends. And now we got to talk about the starters. Well, I don't think that Arven's going to use a starter. Just like Brock before him, way before him, I guess, I don't think that he'll be using a starter, and I just think it's a question of what starters will Ash get. I honestly could see him getting all three. I think that all three do kind of fit him pretty well. I could also see them giving Nimona, or whoever the female protagonist is, Sprigatito, and giving Ash Fuecoco and Quaxley. So kind of doing it Sinnoh style, where Ash gets 2 and the female companion gets 1. But I don't think Arven will be getting one, and I could see them doing the protagonist as either Sprigatito as their mascot, or honestly Palmy as their mascot. And if it's Nimona, we know that Nimona has a Palmy in the games, and so I could very well see them doing that. Nimona in there with Palmy, and Ash uses Fuecoco, Quaxley, and Sprigatito as his starters. Arven, I guess maybe it would be kind of cool if he used the Pokemon that, like, there are Titans of. So, like, he had a Cloth on his team, and whatever else kind of Pokemon there may be that will get Titan forms or Titan battles, whatever you want to call them in Scarlet and Violet. It'd be cool if you used some of those Pokemon. Now, in terms of other Pokemon that I think Ash could get, well, while we haven't seen every design in the game, I definitely think that they're going to want to do the more popular Pokemon choices. And so, we have to think, what are the most popular Pokemon in Paldea? Titan was an instant hit when he landed, so I could totally see Ash picking up Titan. Grafaiai, also very much beloved, and, you know, it being a monkey and all, it gives me, like, Apom vibes, so I would love to see Ash use a Grafaiai as well. Then, obviously, Surledge is a very popular Pokemon as well. I do kind of think that Surledge is not super fitting for Ash, to be honest, and especially if he's getting Fuecoco, I don't think he'll be doubling up on the fire types. You know, he always could. He certainly had a lot of fighting types, and he's had dragon types. He had like 3 flying types in Kalos, so he always could, but this is just speculation. I think they won't use Surledge, and I could even see Surledge kind of being a monster Pokemon of his opponents. Think about how Paul, while Paul's partner was Torterra, his ace was Electivire. I could very well see, like, him having a rival whose ace is a Surledge, or at least just this really deadly Pokemon on his team that ends up standing out to the fans, much like Sawyer Slacking or Alon's B-Sharp. Now, in terms of other Pokemon, I could also see Ash getting Cyclozar. I just think that thing really fits him, and it kind of seems like Cyclozar is going to be a very mascot-like Pokemon of the region, with it having some very obvious ties and appearance to the legendary Pokemon of the region, as well as it just kind of being featured a lot around the region. We saw a lot in the last trailer. We've seen it in key art, all these things. So Cyclozar, I think, is a potential on his team. Obviously, I'm not actually predicting his team here, just pointing at Pokemon I think have a chance to be on it. I don't think that all these will be on it. And, of course, Cloth, he does seem to have a habit of picking up red crabs, so maybe we'll see Cloth added to his team if it isn't on Arven's like I previously speculated. So yeah, there you have it. That's just my personal opinion of what will be going on in these games and what will be going on, or in this series I should say, and what will be going on with the kind of Pokemon Ash could get, where the starters will go, all that fun stuff. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think that Ash will be carrying on into Gen 9? Not do you want him to, do you think he will? What do you think the protagonists are going to look like of the next series? Do you think Ash is going to get all the starters? Do you think Ash will get none of the stars like he did in Journeys? All that fun stuff in the comments below. Be sure to also like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications when we do get Gen 9 anime announcement, which shouldn't be too long. We, of course, will be covering all the crazy details and speculating on it as we go on. So, yeah, you don't want to miss that. So, again, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Until next time, I will see all of you later.